Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Nexus Gaming Series. I am your host, DB Smiley, bringing you the Division C West semifinal between Tickle, Tassadar, and Perlioot. The 2 seed and the 3 seed going at it. Casted this in the regular season, it was all Tickle Tassadar. Tickle Tassadar dominated to a 2-0 victory. Perlioot, we're going to see if they've gotten better since then. They're going to come back and try to fire away. Already we see the Medivh band coming out from them. I will need to increase the audio sound of the game volume. Sorry, I had to turn it down for reasons a bit ago. We get the Zeratul ban as well, targeting Ogle. We already have a Joanna ban. The next ban to come out. Kel'Thas. So, with that, right out of the gate, Dahaka going to be the first pick. Brings a lot of global on this map. Likely to be a strong pick here. ETC picked on the other side. ETC, very strong tank at the moment. There we get the Falstad coming out from Lunchbox. So, early match of the global here from Falstad. Taking a look here at the stats that Lunchbox has on the hero. Pardon me. The,
I heed the voice of Elune.
While we get, Diablo and Tyrande in here. Coming in the other side. But, 8-0 record on the hero. Lunchbox, doing very, very well on Falstad. Meanwhile, Swill gonna jump onto that Dibbles. At this point in the season, I mean, everyone, you know, it's unlikely they're bringing out a brand new hero. So Dibbles 2-1, haven't seen it as much. That said, average of a pretty good KDA there, so gonna be valuable. Duggoff banned out. We're gonna get Anduin Chen. Taking a look at Bashing's Anduin play. I believe he's played the hero more than once or twice this season. Taking a gander. Currently sitting at just a friggin' insane 11 KDA at the moment. But granted, just to pull that back up because it wasn't up long enough. 5-0 record as well. DMT's just as a team has had a pretty ridiculous KDA. But we get a Junkrat and a Kira. And I kind of like that, because Junkrat can whittle him down, Kira can dive for finishes. What's this last pick going to be? Do we get the Tracer, perhaps? That's something that Ogle hasn't shown in a while. I would expect Li Ming to be the pick. His Li Ming play has kind of been what he's buttered his bread with this season. It is the Li Ming. I haven't seen him play Tracer in a bit. He was a gangbusters Tracer player. But Tracer has not really been seen as much this season, so gonna then go back to his Li Ming, and I mean, we gotta pull the stats up on that, right? Obviously gotta look at Ogle's Li Ming. It's been pretty bonkers this season. 10 KDA, averaging 7-0 record. EMT hasn't lost a lot of games this season. They're definitely the heavy favorites here. Perliot's going to need to... If Perlioot wins, it'll be an upset, certainly. And while they're only 1 seed apart, there's been a big gap between the 2 seed and the 3 seed, so we'll see what happens. Jumping right into it, though. I mean, you have the Diablo-Tyrande combo, so that's a lot of potential burst damage. See what they can do with it, but let me go ahead. Let me just quickly ping Division C chat, let them know, hey guys, semifinals up. Semi-final is live at twitch.tv/dbsmiley, and let me put in the how many people will see it's a link. Here we go.
Prepare yourself for battle.
Alright, so we're going to jump into this series right away. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the teams. On the left side, we're going to have Serenian on Chen, we're going to have Boomboy on ETC, Lunchbox on Falstad, Bashing on Anduin, and all the great. Going to be playing Li Ming. It is Tickle Me Tassadar, and on the right,
10 seconds.
it's Perlioot, Argle Booster on Kira, Toasty on Junkrat, Carthen on Dahaka,
5,
Helio on Tyrande,
4,
and Swill
3,
going to be playing Lurk Oblo. And here we go, level 1 talents, taking a look. How's everyone going to build? Pretty standard, although worth noting, Falstad did go Bribe. Right now, no one really committing. Everyone just kind of hanging out here, dropping B steps. We already have Chen up in the top lane. Dahaka starting to do the walk. Gonna head top, but not really much damage going out here early. Ogle on the flank, trying to look for an opportunity to get auto attacks in, but that said, lane clear was quite a bit better. Other set of Perlioot there. They're gonna put Kira into the bot lane here with Falstad at the moment. Keep an eye on that matchup. Kira can chunk out quite a bit of damage. And Falstad doesn't really get any kind of self-healing yet in this game, but Ogle has lagged. So we do get a pause. So hopefully we can get him back and get this match going. Obviously a big match that everyone is rather excited about, so we don't want to have any Shanna or Anigans. Bananas or Anigans. Ogle's back, he's typing. But he is saying he needs a second, so we will give that to him. This cast brought to you by nothing. I'm not sponsored at all. I'm not getting any money for this. I really should be doing something better with my time. Like, I could be reading a book, spending time with my fiance, or, you know, masturbating. Really anything would be more productive. But I still love this game, so I'm still going to play it, and I'm still going to cast it. Plus, there's a lot of chafing. Anyway, we'll take a quick pause, just real quick while we're on a pause. Let's take a look at the tournament bracket. So the winner of this game will move on to face Lurk Patrol. Tickle Me Tassadar and Lurk Patrol were certainly the favorites in C West. The bracket is not correct. The bracket's not correct. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick. Because the bracket is... Oh, yes, I can't fix it. I will fix it between games. The bracket is incorrect. I will correct it shortly. The winner of this will face Lurk Patrol, though. That much is certain. So, Li Ming up doing Siege Giants right now. But a good pickoff there by Serenian, getting on to Dahaka. That's a good kill to get. Lunchbox, though, is low. Can Diablo get the charge? No. If he were just a second earlier, that's a charge into the wall, and that is a dead Falstad. But Falstad managing to escape, less than 200 health. Kira gonna walk up to do the Siege Giants up here for the side of Perlioot. Good kill there. Broomboy on gonna rotate up. Looks like Chen gonna set up here to clear the mid lane. Interesting rotation. Trying to get some damage up in this top lane to pressure up with the Siege Giants. Kira just now finishing Siege Giants for the opposite lane, and you know, this is a good timing by both. I mean, if you know that the if you know that the lane your Siege Giants push is going to be near the first tribute, you tend to want to take it a bit earlier, just because otherwise it'll just going to get immediately cleared up when the team rotates up for objective. Whereas you want to do it late. Oh, Falstad, nope, dodges the gank. You want to do it late if you're pushing Giants in the opposite lane. That said, Falstad should get a pretty free clear here, as Kira and Diablo now needing to rotate up towards the top. Junkrat, though, can stall this for days very effectively. That's one of the reasons you tank Junkrat on this map, is for the stall. So we will expect to see that come in. There's a good tongue on the Anduin. ETC going to bail it out, but bashing is low, and bashing will go down. And that might be the opportunity Perlioot needs to look for an opening here in this game. Falstad starting to fly up top now. This is still not over. Swill is a bit low, taking a lot of damage to that Falstad. Chen dives in, gets the kill. There's a tongue, though, onto Chen. Can Kira, who's on the back line, chunk out enough damage? No, Kira now getting turned on. Needs to be careful. Chen is all over Argle Booster here, and down goes Kira. And so, despite getting the first kill onto Anduin, it doesn't look like Perloot's going to be able to win this objective. Tickle me Tassadar trying to get the channel in, but Perloot can, once again, stall this with the Junkrat for a bit. Just a matter of how many resources are they committing to do it. Now Falstad dives in onto Toasty to prevent him from coming in. There's a good Lunar Flare on the Lunchbox, but no follow-up damage, and Toasty goes down. And with that kill on the Junkrat, this should enable Bastion to get the channel. Indeed, he does. Good job there by Tickle Me Tassadar. So Tickle Me Tassadar, winning the first tribute. Up about 3/4 level in soak, maybe a little more, maybe like 80% instead of 75. But now starting to rotate away to lanes. The Haka did manage to get bottom first, but Chen should be able to match up here. As we already saw, Serenian did get a kill onto Carthan earlier this match. That's a big part of where that XP advantage comes from. Meanwhile, Bruiser getting grabbed here. Gonna get spotted out by Tyrande, but... Ooh, is Junkrat gonna try to be clever here? He's at least gonna... Ooh, I like that move. He's stalling the Bruiser, allowing time for his team to rotate with that concussion mine. That said, ETC is going to commit pretty hard to this zone here. ETC power slides in, buys his team enough time to channel, and now Perlioot maybe is overstayed as Chen is here, Falstad is here. They are all 5 collapsing, and they get the kill onto Junkrat. The chase is on. Argle Booster should be able to get away from this. Diablo going to go for the channel. Will ETC be able to get the stun in time? Power slides just trying to get the speed boost, but can't do it, and so Junkrat dies, but they manage to at least get a tribute, and that's useful because if they didn't get that tribute, it could have been a situation where they weren't able to get level 10 in time for the next objective phase. They still might, but they still might not get level 10 by the next objective phase, since the second and third tend to come pretty hot on each other's heels. But at the very least, they won't give up a curse at that point. ETC pushing in the top lane. He's going to grab a tower. That's going to get level 10 here. Still not there on the side of Perlioot. So Tickle Me Tassadar with a big advantage at the moment. Kind of hovering mid, playing safe. They're going to look for an opportunity to get 10, but Perlioot, because they don't have to fight over this, even though they're level 9.5, ultimately it paid off that Junkrat died there, in the sense that it's going to enable them to get level 10 before they have to fight over objective. ETC, by the way, has gone stage dive, so we are going to see a double global. We have Wave of Force being the choice over the Disintegrate. We have Mighty Gust, Panda Pals. Anduin has not picked a level 10 yet. We could see a potential salvation. Likely waiting to see if it's APOC or Lightning Breath, but meanwhile, we did get a dead Junkrat there who is just stalling out the objective. It's going to turn into a boss, though, with the Junkrat kill. They're going to drop Panda Pals here to kill this quick. I don't know if that's needed. It's going to help them do it very, very quick, though. I just think it might be a bit of overkill. Because now that's going to be down for the next team fight. We'll see if it pays off. Falstad going to fly top. Certainly, it's going to force... it's going to make sure the boss gets through and do some damage. So maybe it pays off in the long run. Kind of one of those harder to make calculations here. Because how do you measure the value they get here? That said, with the boss pushing the bottom, that was a very early Mighty Gust by Lunchbox. Let's see what happens. TMT has lost 2 ultimates. Perlioot does have plenty. Helio, go for the channel. Final Strike comes out way early when everyone's health bars are still full. There's the APOC. Light Bomb is still available, as is Stage Dive. Stage Dive into the back, onto Helios, stalling out the objective. Here comes the Light Bomb. That's 2 kills and counting, and that was souls for Diablo. Diablo is down. That said, Li Ming goes down as well, and Argle Booster is all over Broom Boy, but now giving up on that, trying to turn around and self-sustain. But Argle Booster should go down here to Falstad, does indeed do so, so it's a 3v4 for the moment. Carthen now steps up. He's going to have to burrow, but he misses a tongue, and Carthen will go down, and that will be first curse of the game to Tickle Tassadar on the cusp of level 13 here. They should get that pretty quick. A couple of missed skill shots there, but a really good stage dive into the back by ETC set up the counter engage. That said, Perlioot weathered the storm well, but kind of made some positional mistakes after the fact.
Has destroyed a fort.
ETC, meanwhile, pushing this mid lane. So gonna have to back up as the rotation comes in from Perlioot to defend mid fort. Still though, with top key pressure, they're gonna have to make a decision. They're gonna have to make it soon. It's 4v4 at the moment. Kira might rotate up as well. ETC could join with a stage dive if they decide to commit for top keep, or they could just rotate down, take mid fort. They've already gotten some keep walls, so that's a very healthy get on this phase. Looks like they're gonna steal Siege Camp with the bribe. Just put some additional pressure onto this bottom keep, which has taken damage here. So, top wall damaged, bottom wall gone, mid wall a little bit of damage, not much. But they're going to immediately move into this boss. And with the Mighty Gust, and the Light Bomb, and the Stage Dive, and the Panda Pals, they have, and the Wave of Force, they have so much boss control, really, if this does turn into a fight. That said, I don't think this is a fight that Perlioot can afford to take. They're going to drop the Starfall. There's the Light Bomb. Going to land on Tyrande. The boss was grabbed, though, pretty effortlessly by Tickle Me Tassadar. So now Perlioot going to have to defend this. There's a setup. A little bit of an awkward Lunar Flare there. Doesn't hit anyone. Root onto Kira there. But Mighty Gust going to force Riptire to be blown and get almost no effective damage. Loon's Chosen was used, but no one to really auto-attack. There's the CC onto Kira, and down she goes. Perlioot heavily on the back foot at the moment. That kill onto Kira, I mean, that's a big part of their damage. It's going to be hard for them just to stay alive here in this game. Boss is at half health. Good stun there, but no follow-up. Dahaka picks a rough time to step up, and he's going to drop, and I think this should be the game. 11 minutes in, Tickle Me Tassadar turns their attention to the core. There's the CC train, drops Diablo as well. Kira back up now, but there's nothing to be done with it, and TMT is going to dominate game number 1 here. 14-2 kills, 11.5 minutes. That's all she wrote. Ooh. Spicy. Spicy comp there. I mean, as we said, it was going to be an uphill battle for Perlioot to win this series. Tickle Me Tassadar, they dominated this series in the regular season, and we were going to need to see a lot of improvement on Perlioot. Did not see it that game. Hopefully, Perlioot comes up in Game 2 with a strategy that'll get us to a Game 3. We'll see. But we're going to get set up here for that game. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. Welcome back, everyone. Here, Tickle Me Tassadar dominated Game 1. Perlioot decided to go with map pick. They're going to choose BOE, a map they've done fairly well on this season. I'm going to see if Tickle Me Tassadar can be as dominant again, or if Perlioot's going to come back and make this a series, possibly take it to 3 games. We'll find out here. Based on Game 1, going to take a significant improvement. We'll see if we get that. Going to be a Diablo ban right out of the gate. Diablo, very good on this map. A lot of wallbang potential. Medivh, still going to get banned, not wanting to give up that hero. Tickle Me Tassadar has done fairly well with Medivh, to say the least. See. Kel'Thas banned out as well. Next ban to come. Is gonna be that Zeratul again? It is. They're choosing to deal with the Li Ming.
The crusade
Joanna
calls.
coming down the line. Gonna be the first pick here from Broom Boy. Giving up potentially the ETC, but that said, Joanna does fairly well in the ETC. 2 picks to come. And, has anyone else ever wondered what happened to Ana? She was, like, omnipresent. She's really fallen off.
Our time has come.
Perlioot, they're gonna draft Burn. They're gonna grab Artanis here. It's an early Artanis, but on the map, maybe a high priority for them. Hanzo, gonna be able to grab Vision for their team, so that's gonna be useful. 2 more picks to come. Greymane, Anduin. Bashing, jumping right back onto Anduin. Lunchbox. Switching over to Greymane for the burn instead of the Falstad. Taking a look at that. About that? Let's see. Taking a quick look at Lunchbox stats on the hero. 2-1, but a healthy KDA all the same. Pretty much everyone on Tickle Me Tassadar with a healthy KDA this season. Li Ming was banned out by Perlioot, so trying to force Ogle onto a new hero, and there's the Gul'dan Ariel. Classic combo, kind of brought back with Ariel's resurgence of late. Better at generating hope now, not as dependent on a battery. That said, still strong with one. But a tank choke now. With ETC down, are they going into something like a Garrosh? Could work well with the Ariel. They don't really have follow-up CC, though, outside of Ariel Wallbang, which is kind of unreliable.
For the Nexus.
So Renin just going to jump right back onto Chen, because why not? It's available. Orphea going to be the pick from Ogle here. Last pick to come. It's going to be Swill's tank. Got Garrosh available. Anubarax available, though he's fallen off certainly a bit. Gonna be the Muradin. Okay. Muradin, Sledgehammer, can burn through the Immortal rather quickly when you get down to it. So, with that, that's gonna be our draft. I mean, on the face of it, I generally like the safer draft. And that is Tickle Me Tassadar by far. I'm a bit worried. Artanis, when he's picked here for burn, you can give up a bit in team fight, and there's enough mobility on the other team that, you know, you pretty much have to go suppression bolts. There's no point to even bother trying to go a laser. And I don't know. I'm not sold that it's going to get the most value in the world, but we'll see. We'll see. Once again, what's at play here? The winner of this series will move on to face Lurk Patrol next week in Division C West Finals. The winner of that moving on to the Division C Finals, which now looks wide open with Unemployed Gaming out off the upset loss to Roll 1. But go ahead and move into the match. On the left side is Tickle Me Tassadar. That's Serenian on Chen, Broomboy on Joanna, Lunchbox on Greymane, Bashing on Anduin, and All of the Great going to be on Orphea. Looking to close out this series with the 2-0 domination. Move on quickly, but just stand in their way. Perlioot going to have Argle Booster on Hanzo. Toasty is not on Junkrat. He is on Gul'dan. Apologies. Carthan on Artanis. Helio on Ariel, not Tyrande. Apologies. And Muradin going to be played by Swill. And are we getting... That was a long way to go for a BM. Gotta be honest. You know, you gotta respect game. Level 1 talents. We're getting Corruption build out of Gul'dan. Hanzo going with the Scattering Arrow. Looks like we're gonna see a Sledgehammer. Muradin. Ooh, Toasty taking a lot of damage here. But Argle taking it right back from Argle booster there. Right now, Joanna looking to flank. Ariel did step up. Big 3-man condemn. Follow-up was a little bit off there. Argle booster goes down to Greymane diving. Greymane going to be able to walk away from this. So as a result, first kill of the match going over to TMT. Meanwhile, so far, not too much happening in the top, but with that kill, Siege Camp was grabbed here in the bottom by TMT. Joanna once again looking onto the flank. And stacking talents being chosen by Perlioot. Whenever you pick stacking talents, the goal, of course, is to finish. That said, Gul'dan tends to be a late-game hero, and this is not really a late-game map. So they're gonna have to find a way to hold on until really that power spike at level 16. See if they can do it. So far they're holding up okay, though they did have that death a bit earlier. Tannis and Chen still going at it. That's coming in. Still no one moving for the Bruiser camp. We're gonna get the 30-second warning here in 10 seconds, so it's 40 seconds until the objective starts. Here it comes. No one has moved to their Bruiser just yet. Greymane diving tower, trying to get some damage on the Argle booster. Joanna now moving to start Bruisers, as are Hanzo and Gul'dan. Meanwhile, Serenian getting the better of Carthan at the moment, and Carthan may drop. He gets the shield, but he can't get back, and that is another kill there by Serenian in the solo lane. Objectives up, bottom and top, both teams still doing their Bruiser camps, but starting to rotate into this. Gul'dan moving up to the defense. Needs to be careful, though, because he's about to get collapsed by every member of TMT. Toasty's going to drop here. Helio might also be in a bit of trouble. Now, he's going to be able to walk away from this, but good blow up there by TMT.
I must take up a new
Keep an eye on those Immortals. TMT with a slight lead at the moment. About, well, not even slight, about 3,000 HP. It's cleared up. Both teams with their Bruiser and lane gonna need to be cleared up. But that said, we did see a rotation bottom here by Perlioot to clean up. The Immortal, though, going top. So, gonna be a rotational lead here for TMT, who have about a level lead now, almost level 7s. Lightly shielded Immortal, very lightly. Muradin stepping up. Getting stunned out there, now rooted, taking a ton of damage. That's the Dwarf Toss out of there. But Immortal getting cleaned up. It has gotten out of sidewall. Once again, Swill having to dwarf toss out. Ogle was a bit low, but the damage really hadn't turned onto him at that point. The Immortal is down. Ogle super low. Joanna taking some damage. Has the Unstoppable to walk away. Corruption stacks going out up to 18. There's a root on the Toasty, but he manages to walk out of that one. Roots have been good by bashing here. Burden did go into that sledgehammer. Meanwhile, Shen once again a lead in that lane, trying to get onto this point, focusing their damage onto Joanna. Swill is going to be the first to drop, though. And now a retreat here as the top Taylor camp was picked up by Tickle Me Tassadar. Up 4 kills to 0 at this point. Not what Perlioot was looking for so far. There's a condemn onto Toasty, potentially setting up an engage. Meanwhile, Chen still hovering in the bot lane. Arthur has gone to tap. Gonna try to walk up and steal a globe.
Be wary. Our eternal battle will
Possible
soon
rotation
be
coming in onto Chen. There's the corruption. Muradin waiting until he has some space to throw out the Stormbolt, but really just not enough damage to kill Chen at this point in the game. That's where Gul'dan's stacking so late. I mean, really needing 16, especially when he goes E-build to chunk out that big damage. They're going to try to take Impaler camps. They should be able to do this. Joanna rotating down, though, could look for an engage. Still no level 10s here. Greymane starting on this Immortal. Perlioot starting to rotate in, but this is a 4v5, actually a 3v5 at the moment. Only now is Gul'dan joining. Artanis gonna be here as well, but by the time the whole team gets here, halftime is here. Cleanse out. Joanna is low. She gets a big condemn. As she walks away from this, no, the swap lands. I think she's gonna drop. She does the poison damage. That said, with the offensive burn positions, it's gonna be hard for Perlioot to stop this Immortal being finished before Joanna is back up, especially now that Hanzo just dropped to Greymane as well as Orphea. Now Swill having the Dwarf Toss out of an awkward position. But this should be TMT winning another Immortal. As Gul'dan just not able to do enough damage this early to really pressure Anduin out enough. And Karthan is now low. Chen gets stunned, but Orphea comes in, pops Artanis. Chen getting the finishing blow. And that will be a very, very healthy Immortal here for Tickle Me Tassadar, as well as level 10s. Gonna head to the spot lane. Gonna allow them time to clear up this Impaler camp. Here comes the push now. It's a very healthy Immortal and still no level 10, so it's risky to be this far out. Gate is down now. As soon as the wall's down, this is somewhere where you need to retreat now if you're on Perlioot. Keep an eye looking for the Blessed Shield. There's the Condemn into the Light Bomb, into the Crushing Jaws. That is a wombo combo and a half. That is 4 kills. And, goodness. Just keep an eye on that top lane now that there's nothing really more to watch down here. Chen continuing to pressure Arthas in the top. We're going to turn our attention back down here. That was, as I said, a wombo combo and a half. Goku, that's why I say Blessed Shield into Light Bomb Condemn. Anyway. First bullet onto Swill, enabling the re-engage. Keep wall is down. Artanis coming in. They have the Dragon's Arrow. They're looking for the re-engage, but there was a great cleanse there by bashing to get out his tank. Tickle Me Tassadar extending their lead. We did get, by the way, Dragon's Arrow, Suppression Pulse, Horrify, Avatar, and Crystal Aegis. Shen's starting to burn down this Impaler, but gonna have to leave soon. Burden comes in over the wall. Throws out the Storm Bolt, but team more worried about camp. They're going to go ahead and grab that first. Bruiser Camp picked up pretty early here, but potentially an invade coming. And it won't get there in time to steal the camp, but it might be able to find a kill or two. Flesh Shield is available. There's the Light Bomb. Flesh Shield to follow up. Down goes Artanis. Just CC chained to death. Panda Pals comes out looking for the re-engage. Moves in, finds a Gul'dan. Crystal Aegis comes out. Panda Pal's just gonna have to back up out of this one.
I am on my way, mortal.
Used aggressively there, but so with level 13, they wanted to try to get another pick. Yeah, that was a really good wombo in the bot lane. Ryokai. Meanwhile, Bruiser Camp getting cleared up by Hanzo here in the bottom, but taking a bit to do it. Without Explosive Arrow, his wave clear is just not bueno. And trying to find a kill onto Chen, they get the stun, but without Hanzo there to follow up damage, they don't really have enough to even threaten Serenium at the moment. Brute comes in. There is the Condemn into the Light Bomb. With the Bless Shield follow. Crushing Jaws wasn't there that time. There's a big Horrify by Perlioot. But still, damage just not coming in. Argle Booster very low, needing to back up for the time being. Joanna all over this backline. Gets the blind there. There's a stun. Health bars are dropping, but Argle Booster having to back out of this. Swill below 30 health. He somehow managed to stay alive. Toasty starting to get some kills. He gets 2. Artanis drops, though. Here's the Crystal Aegis. Trying to buy some time for heal. No, can't land the heal in time. Now Helia's going to drop, and so that's 4 kills for Tickle Me Tassadar there. But they did lose 2. So Perlioot put up a fight. That said, their keep in the bottom is quite low. Didn't quite execute their combo to perfection that time that we saw the first time, but still got the win. You gotta grab the globes. I mean, even if you're gonna hearth, you gotta grab the globes. Kappa. Wave top. This is a full shielded immortal. 12 minutes in. No fort wall, so it will take the fort pretty effortlessly. The question is, how desperately does Perlioot try to defend this? They're on equal talent here. Might be the best fight they get for a while. There's a big 5-man blind. Jen, though, diving into the back. There's the Light Bomb. Gonna get the stun on the 2. Swill is low, even with the Avatar pop. Crystal Aegis comes out. There's the Crushing Jaw. She's gonna stun out Aura so she can't heal. But 1-for-1 trade, Anduin has dropped, and with the healer down, this might force Tickle Me Tassadar to disengage, especially given how low Ogle is in the back. Panda Pal's their one tool that's still available. And it is a good tool, but that said, goodness. That was a good kill there. Swap on the Lunchbox, trying to get him. Gul'dan stepping up now. There's a big Light Bomb. Panda Pals, though, coming in. They're moving in on the Toasty. Ariel with the big heal, but the Gul'dan will drop. Trying to look for the swap. Doesn't quite land it. Dwarf toss in. Trying to look for Ogle. There's the stun. They get that kill. With no Panda Pals now, it's actually a situation where Perlioot can get a big advantage, can get back into this game. They find 2 kills. Looking for the swap, doesn't quite land it. There's the stun on the Chen. Chase is there. There's the stagger. Trying to double back and just buy time for his team. Going to shield through this, but Chen goes down. So a little bit of a stagger there, but just trying to make sure that there wasn't any further engage onto his Anduin. Pushing up here. Let's take this bottom fort.
I will reach your position shortly.
So they've opened up a condition where they can go for a keep. That said, top fort still going to draw the Immortal for now, but they've softened up both lanes, and that's going to give Perlioot an opportunity to win this game, or at the very least match catapult pressure in the bot lane. Now they're going to take their Bruiser top, painting the map red. So Perlioot did a good job getting value off that kill, and that's something that you got to do. Tickle me Tassadar, still clearing up this top lane Impaler camp, but now starting to rotate in here. Setting up defensively, but now with Gul'dan, with that level 16, paired with Echo Corruption, Gul'dan's damage output just, I mean, basically doubled. So it's going to be harder for these fights to be approached in the way they've been until now. Here comes the big Corruption, looking for the Crushing Draw, but it is onto both the tanks. They do survive for the time being. There's the Aegis, tried to land on Karthon. Either way, though, his shield is alive. The Panda Pal's going to jump in onto Argol. There's one Panda Pal still up, so Hanzo gets deleted by Panda Pals. Now it is just 3 against 5. Still, they fight on valiantly, but much like the people at the Alamo, not going to come out on top there. Just outnumbered. And now we're just going to see a straight end here from Tickle Me Tassadar. The timers are a little short, but that said, this keep is also quite low, and they do have the Grey Mane, so anytime you have Grey Mane, you have quite a lot of core burn. Moving on to it now. Grey Mane Worgens, and he has his auto attack bump up. This will be the series. Most likely. Not the caster curse, but there we go. Tickle Me Tassadar gonna take this, and they are gonna move on to face Lurk Patrol in a regional finals here. Take a look at that bracket. There you see it. The last matchup for C West is set. It's Lurk Patrol. It's Tickle Me Tassadar. Who will move on to face the C East champion? We'll find out next week. Quickly gonna do a post game if we can. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back everyone. Next Gaming Series. DB Smiley here. I am joined by the captain and offlaner of the victorious Tickle Me Tassadar, Serenian. So Serenian, how you guys feeling after that series?
Feeling pretty good. I'm already hearing talks of some sort of clip in bot lane in that last game that I didn't get to see because I wasn't looking at the lane.
Yeah.
But
That's solo lane life. But with that, so you guys face these guys in the regular season. Won pretty handedly, I think it was fair to say, in the regular season. You managed to duplicate that tonight. What does that say just for you guys in terms of being able to maintain that kind of quality of win against the number 3 seed?
I think that feels really good for one. Above anything else, because it shows consistency. Mm-hmm. We did this once and we managed to do it again, which means a lot to us because that means that we can continue to bring what we were already bringing in the season. We're not slipping. We're still giving it our all, and that feels really good. And now we're really hoping to carry that into the finals as well, which granted that had a bit of a different outcome last time, but the team has shifted since that game. Right. We're on some different roles. We've had a lot of practice since then. So we're all very excited for that.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I'll go ahead and pull up the bracket again. So you guys are moving on to face Lurk Patrol. Is now the goal like, oh, we made it this far, and if we win, that would be great, but we're pretty happy with the performance? Or really is it like, for us to call this a success as a season, we have to beat Lurk Patrol? I'm curious your take on that.
Oh, this is like, throughout the season, this has become our ultimate goal is, yes, to take the season, but Lurk Patrol is like the big team that we really want to take down now, because in early scrims against them, we were winning. We ended up losing our season game against them, and now it's ended up showing a internal score between us of fairly even. And I've had a chance to play with some of the players from Lurk Patrol. I'm friends with some of them. One of their players was on Tickle Tassadar in season 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and yes, so all in all, we're very excited for that one, but ultimately we do want the non-coastal Grand Championship as well. We're going for 100%.
All right, well, with that, floor is yours for shoutouts.
All right, shout out to my team. Thanks for really bringing it today. There were some hella wombos, and for once we didn't even use Zeratul for them, so good on you guys. Shout out to Perlioot. They've been very good, very communicative. It was very easy to get this game scheduled. That always just feels so good. Shout out to you for casting, especially given we had to adjust the time literally earlier today, so thank you for accommodating that.
I like
that's
earlier.
Always awesome. Pardon, sorry?
I like earlier. I'm East Coast.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. But, yeah.
All right. Well, with that, I will be drawing this castle close. Thank you, Ceridian, and thank you all for watching. Let me see if the other stream is... I know there's another stream tonight, so let me see if that is going and who I can kick that